Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to head into Fall of Cadia Mirror Elite Chapter 4. Man, I hate saying that, but the problem is the acronym. To say the acronym out, that's not good. But starting on this screen, we did hit our goal for Bellator. We got him all the way up to 50, so we're feeling really good with that from all the tomes that we just accessed. Now, our next goal, I have no idea what I want to do, whether it's Thad, whether it's Roswitha to 50, like both of them are pretty strong characters. Do I start working on the Norothrop, who's sitting all the way down here, or Braxis, or Helbrecht, right? I have a lot of choices. I gotta figure out what I want to invest in next, but until then, let's keep plugging and chugging away at Fall of Cadia Mirror Chapter 4. And historically, Chapter 4 is where I've noticeably noticed a lot of difficulty ramps. We're still getting Codex of War, which is beautiful. And every single time that we get any of these Harkin shards, that's going to be Archaeotech in our pocket. So that's going to be fantastic. Fortunately for us, there are no bloodletters here. And if you look at this map, it's decently set up where you have a couple of choke points that you can hold, like this middle choke point here for cut. Now, granted, as kind of like with the last video, we really don't have to worry too much about min-maxing positioning with this roster, but I do want everybody to kind of take a look at the map and go, okay, like, here are some of the options that I will have, and hopefully it will help you out here. But even these normal kind of like Trader Guardsmen are actually really kind of starting to hurt our own Guardsmen a little bit, so that's going to be a little worrisome as we move through into Chapter 5. For right now, I think we're fine. And more uncommon badges to the shred pile, so yay. But, yeah, I gotta really figure out where I want to put my next investments. More Death Guard upgrades, which, yay. Not really too great for us. We don't really invest in our Death Guard at all, so. But here we go. We're now looking at a 4-piece set, so we don't have access to Bellator, but still, once again, think Yark has better valuation here. Not really worried about our Thad getting blasted. Now, we look at the stats here, 3,800 health and 1,400 armor versus 2,800 and 562, so definitely Thad is a lot tankier than Guardsmen are, but our Guardsmen are getting shredded. We're going to be able to kill there, and once again, kind of dealing with the battle fatigue and the fleeing and everything. It's nice, but it adds a really heavy RNG element to what you're able to do. Kind of like Scarab duplication or fleeing in the actual standard campaign. Forge Badge and Codex of War, more Harkin Shard, so sweet. We'll take those. Not so much the Forge Badge, I really don't like the forging system. And while, yes, I'm glad it exists, I'm glad that we have access to it for reasons of, you know, something to do with those materials that would otherwise have zero use. I think having it cost badges and gold and everything else is a little rough. But we'll see. But kind of cycling back, yeah, this mission's really easy. You have a decent amount of, like, elevation to play with, and having access to both Bellator and Yark there made it really easy, so. Alright, some Sisters upgrades, which is nice since, you know, Isabella's great, Celestine's great, Roswitha's great, so a lot of good characters in that regard. Epic Chaos badges now for the first time coming in, so we'll actually have uses for those later. Not right now so much for the characters that I want to invest in, but eventually. Now, I kind of messed up with positioning here a little bit. I put Yark out in front. I should have tucked Sybil into the corner. I think we'll be ultimately fine, though. And we'll be able to drop down some barrages here. Want to make sure we keep her protected. We do have a deep strike guy, and since they were in the trenches, he actually opted to go for cut Skoden there. So keep in mind your positioning and how your guardsmen might place if you're using Yark. Definitely can bite in the ass otherwise. And sorry, I meant to spend a little bit more time looking at these maps, and we should definitely do so. Ooh, 400 salvage. Hell yeah. Alright, here we go. This is what I was waiting for. This is the first time that we're going to have just the 3 standard units, and if you look at this, this is terrifying. First time we have 3 units, and we have a whole bunch of bloodletters to deal with here. So what we're going to do, and also the positions that you kind of start off on aren't ideal, because I want Cut next to Sybil. Not like it really matters, because Big Target's not going to protect her from any of the ranged attacks, but definitely would be nice if she was in a position to do so. But I kind of ultimately want to be able to barrage on the first turn and try to take out as many of these guys as I can. But I think we're just going to kind of take a look at their ranges. None of them can get to her just yet, and we're okay sending Cut out a little bit. Now, I'm still worried that he might take a lot of damage. Yeah, so this is really where you're going to start running into some issues, and I might not even be able to beat this mission out right here. Won a 3-star, but I think ultimately these guys just don't do enough damage, and that's fine. We're going to move her over here, and we should be able to clean it up, but definitely a little rough. Those bloodletters hit really hard. Maybe pulling my team back a little bit, trying to get a little bit more range, maybe going for the RNG Decimate with Basilisk Strike could be an option. But any weaker, and I don't even think my Thad would have survived at Diamond 2, so definitely have to play that one out a lot smarter. Thad gets benefits from the trenches. Cut does not. Remember, that is very important. Cut does not get any benefit from trenches. He is a big target. Slice and Claws, so I think that's going to be one of our Tyranid upgrades there. Is this a double node drop? Interesting, you don't see this too often, where you have the upgrades here desynced. I'm not sure if this was intended or not. I will go ahead and ask the development team later, but interesting. Normally it's this upgrade and a chance for the same upgrade. Interesting indeed. Alright, so once again, same strategy. And then we're going to send good old Mr. Thaddeus up there and hide them in trenches as usual. But look how much damage he's taking. He's Diamond 2. And taking a lot of damage there. So we'll go ahead and attack there. We really need to kill off that bloodletter. And we'll just hold. So, like I said, Chapter 4 is really where it starts ramping up. I honestly think that I need to be safe on Chapter 5 with my Thaddeus. I might also have to look at upgrading Cut a little bit in the future, depending on how some of these missions are going to start panning out. So it's yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of map manipulation for sure. All right, so we got more Chaos badges that I don't care about. This is gonna be nice. We'll get Maldus's ability fully taken out. I don't even really care about Legendary Chaos badges right now. I think I'm sitting on like 62 of them. An ungodly amount, and I just have nobody to spend them on, so. Alright. Once again, business as usual. Drop our Guardsmen over here. We'll drop Inceptors up here. And actually, I think we're going to go for the Hail Mary play in the middle, and we actually killed 2 units out, so that's perfect. Protect the President back here, and just chill. Now, the big disadvantage to going for the RNG factor is I don't really have Thad in a great position to run up and go for hits. Now, fortunately, they kind of came to me a little bit, and that worked. But something to keep in mind is your map positioning whenever you decide to hold Thad back. If he is one of your primary damage dealers, then you might be able to run into a little bit of an issue with him not really being able to engage into the fight. So let's go ahead and we'll take out Harkin here, and this is going to be total from this campaign. We'll guaranteed get 8, but we have a chance to get 9 just from doing it the first time. And now we have another node that we can farm out some Archaeotech there, so that feels really good for this account. Once again, protect the President. And also, as always, if you're able to wait it out a little bit and get more Bellator summons, always an option. Always an option. In this case, I didn't really see that big of a benefit in getting 1 Inceptor out when we can get 3 out here. And we'll go ahead and do that now. Really want to handle these bloodletters on the right flank. The right flank. That kind of weakens our left flank here, but I think it's fine ultimately, especially seeing as he can only hit Cut. He cannot hit Sybil, and I think Cut would be able to survive this just fine, and ultimately he should target that guardsman anyway, but you saw it for the first time here. The new execution method, and I wish I didn't have it going so fast. You might need to rewind, slow it down a little bit. But Yarick's passive was just buffed. Now, unfortunately, there's no guardsman around to get the bonus. But instead of them just fleeing, he now will execute them. And the animation is so beautiful. Like, they run off, like, they take a couple steps, and Yarick just fires away and, like, right in the back of the dome. It's beautiful to watch, so... Really good job there from the Snowprint team on the animation for that, for sure. Elevation bonus and killed Harkin. He is dead. Got a mission complete. We got some Archaeotech coming in. We've got 8 shards total, so that's 8 Archaeotech for us. And Archaeotech is so damn important for my later players in the game because, you know, that's where you really get a lot of your experience from. We got a lot of tomes from this. It feels awesome. I think, that put us at a total of... Let's go find a character that actually needs experience. I think that gave us 6 tomes from that little spurt of campaign battles right there, so that felt really good. We got a mission done for the event. They fixed it, so I'm now getting 40 again. That felt really bad for a while there. And we got ourselves a new mission. So we still have this 27 more units need to die. Chaos units, and then we need 17 more battles. And then we need to use 100 abilities with Imperial units, and then defeat 200 units of the Black Legion faction. Now, that's a little rough. I don't know if we're going to do that many Fall of Cadia battles, but we may. Or Fall of Cadia mirror battles, but we may. Still need to figure out our goals, but Chapter 5 is coming soon with Abaddon, which, I mean, feels really bad. I don't want Abaddon shards. I don't care about my Abaddon. I think I have them sitting at Silver 3. And the only reason I have them sitting at Silver 3 is because A, I had no other upgrades to give to other people, and B, we have the Black Legion requirement for the Shadow Sun event. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was Chapter 4. I'm expecting Chapter 5 to be a lot more difficult, but I'm hoping some of the rewards will be just as good. Stay tuned.